Hello guys and welcome to another Trivia Secrets and Easter Eggs video. Today we'll be looking at the 2014 collaborative work of Koei Tecmo and Nintendo known as Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors was originally going to be very similar to a main series Zelda game in which the player would have to solve puzzles and defeat bosses inside dungeons. This however was not the case after series creator Shigeru Miyamoto intervened and pushed the game to feel more like a crossover, stating that what they wanted to do was integrate Zelda into the Dynasty Warriors experience. This caused the game to end up as a Dynasty Warriors game with elements of the Zelda franchise added in rather than the other way around. During the design stages of the game, many interesting ideas were scrapped. One of them was to have a female version of Link. Initial concept art showed her wielding a crossbow and having a slightly different design regarding her clothing, as she can be seen wearing a coat rather than a traditional tunic. This would have been a very cool character to have in the game, as many fans have expressed their desires to play a Zelda game with a female protagonist. Another design concept that was altered in the game's release was that of the Lizalfo enemies. Early photos showed that they were originally going to have a similar design to their Skyward Sword counterparts wielding an iron gauntlet, but was later changed to be a shield instead to fit more in line with the version from Ocarina of Time. There are actually a lot of other elements implemented from Ocarina of Time, which just happens to be the most praised game in the series. In the very first level of Legend mode, you will have to fight King Dodongo, who is shown to have golden skin and red spikes. However, in the Water Temple battle, King Dodongo will appear again, only this time the Great Beast will look slightly different. Not only has his head been changed, but his skin will also be grey, appearing to be the same version found in the second dungeon of Ocarina of Time. Another reference are the Cuckoos that occasionally appear during certain levels. Attacking a Cuckoo in Ocarina of Time will cause it to call upon a horde of other Cuckoos that will attack you. Kill one in Hyrule Warriors and it will yield a fairly similar response. Another creature from Ocarina of Time are the Golden Skulltulas, which when slain provide a golden token. These are known to be fairly difficult to locate, and this was brought over into Hyrule Warriors, as one will appear in the level whenever you complete a certain task, most of them involving you getting 1000 KOs. In the Temple of Souls level at the north end of the map, there will be some water fountains. If you look closely, you will notice that the fountain statue is none other than King Zora, the illustrious father of Princess Ruto. Hyrule Warriors keeps true to past Zelda games by having Link remain mute throughout the game. Link, however, is accompanied by a fairy called Proxy, who tends to speak on his behalf. The fairy most likely has its name due to the fact that the actual word proxy is defined as the authority to represent someone else. Concept art of the game showed that both Lana and Sia were originally meant to be fairies that may have had similar influences on the story as their finalized characters did, with one being good and the other bad. Another piece of concept art shows Link in battle with a spiritual version of Zelda by his side, hinting at the possibility that this would be a game mechanic of his character, allowing Link to summon Zelda to aid him during the level. If you have played the game, you will know that it is not considered to be canon in regards to the Zelda universe, but instead combines multiple periods from the Zelda timeline together, allowing characters from different games to exist in the same story. According to an interview with Game Informer, series producer Eiji Aonuma compared this concept to that of the popular Marvel franchise known as the Avengers, as each character had their own timeline but were brought together to create a new story. Fans of the game have also noticed that the story seems to follow a harem trend. Harem is a genre most commonly associated with anime or manga in which the protagonist is surrounded by characters of the opposite sex, traditionally being one male and a group of females. This has caused many abridged versions of the title, such as Harem Warriors, Waifu Warriors, and my personal favourite, A Link Between Girls.